The Ozempic revolution is changing the narrative about why some of us are overweight. It was never about willpower. By Jennifer Tsisses. 8 losses at a tipping point. For the millions of Americans struggling to lose weight and keep it off, and the estimated 40% of U.S. adults who are clinically obese, a class of medications largely known as glucagon-like peptide 1, GLP-1, agonists, is changing the landscape and making it easier to lose weight for good. GLP-1 agonists are not new. They've long been used to control type 2 diabetes by mimicking a gut hormone known as glucagon-like peptide 1, which helps lower blood sugar after eating by prompting the body to produce more insulin. The real breakthrough for weight loss is that these medications curb hunger by delaying stomach emptying and eliciting a faster, longer-lasting feeling of satiety. The majority of people on these drugs lose 15% or more of their total body weight, enough to improve serious conditions like heart disease, sleep apnea, fatty liver disease, and kidney disease, says Susan Yanofsky, MD, CO Director of the Office of Obesity Research and Senior Scientific Advisor for Clinical Obesity Research at the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases. Those who've long battled the bulge report that these meds turn off the food noise, allowing them to make healthy choices. I have patients who never really knew what fullness felt like before, says Andrew Craftson, MD, Director of the Weight Navigation Program and the Post-Bariatric Endocrinology Clinic at University of Michigan Health. The fact that they're not thinking about food all the time, they're satisfied with less, and they can eat a meal and not feel hungry an hour later is a revelation. The drugs also have a powerful action in the brain that enhances satiation, how satisfied you are with your food, as well as satiety, how satisfied you are in between meals, Craftson says. But one of the most important impacts of this medication revolution is how it's changing the narrative around obesity. For too long, there has been a misperception that obesity stems from a lack of self-control. But the drug's success confirms that obesity has physiological causes. People think it's a matter of willpower. If they would only push food away from the table, they should be able to lose weight and keep it off, Yanofsky says. But we know there's a biological basis for obesity. That is a key reason why lifestyle changes alone don't work for many obese people. Those who struggle with excess weight navigate hunger cravings and portions differently, biologically, hormonally, and metabolically, Craftson says. For those people who respond well to medication, we can now see there was a problem in their circuitry. New findings are bolstering the gut-brain connection. We now have science that shows injury visible on MRI scans to neurons in the brain when people are exposed to certain foods, like saturated fats and refined carbohydrates, says Jamie Ard, MD, President of the Obesity Society and CO Director of the Wake Forest Baptist Health Weight Management Center. That injury leads to a persistent change in how the body handles calories and knowing when it's full. It could be a prime event for the development of obesity. While GLP-1 agonists are offering new hope, there's a limit to the amount of weight loss that can be achieved on them. So bariatric surgery can be crucial to the long-term management of obesity. Bariatric surgery is still the gold standard for attaining the most weight loss, upwards of 30%, and keeping it off. Interestingly, stomach reduction isn't the main reason surgery leads to significant weight loss. It changes the secretion of multiple hormones, including GLP-1, that go from the gut to the brain, says Carolina Povian, MD, CO Director of the Center for Weight Management and Wellness at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. Adds Crafton, it flips a metabolic switch in the brain so that your hormones tell you to feel less hungry and fuller. Healthy eating is still a big part of the equation, even for people on weight loss meds. The National Institutes of Health, NIH, recently launched the Nutrition for Precision Health study to help determine which characteristics, genetics, microbiome, lifestyle, predict why some ways of eating are better for some people than others. The aim, says Holly L. Nicastro, Ph.D., scientific lead and coordinator for the Nutrition for Precision Health study at the NIH, is to help us build better diet and nutrition recommendations tailored to individual biology, lifestyle, and goal. While there isn't a one-size-fits-all prescription for weight loss, there are better tools than ever. Medication is important, but so is nutrition, physical activity, stress management, sleep, all of these. Other things that go into what we ultimately think of as a healthy lifestyle, says